Okay, hello. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to more easily translate your slides into another language. Now, translating a document is fairly easy because you go to Tools and then you click on Translate. But as you can see here in Google Slides, you don't have that option. So anytime you're translating, you're going to want to start by making a copy, right? So make a copy, entire presentation. So you can see here I put EN for English, and now I'm going to make a Spanish version, so I put ES for Español, right? So now that's going to load the Spanish version, or no, what will become the Spanish version. I like to go back and close the original English just so I don't have two that look the same and I accidentally put some Spanish into the English or something. Okay, so now what some people will do is they'll come in and they'll go text box by text box and they'll copy and they'll go translate. You know, that seems reasonable. It's a lot of work though. If you have a short presentation like this one, this is just a presentation I use with my Basic English 7 class on the first day, right? It's just a few slides from that. This is 4 slides. Maybe you can just do it, you know, one text box at a time. But an easier way, and I said easier, right? Because you're still going to be doing a lot of cutting and pasting. There is no simple way to do this, okay? But what we're going to do is we're going to go and we're going to get the text from all 4 slides all at once. And we're going to translate that. Okay, so File, Download, and Plain Text. Okay, that's the only one that's going to give us all our text, right, for all of the slides in a way that we can easily translate. So click that, it's going to take a second, you know, okay. And now here it is. So I'm going to click on that. And it opens up in Mousepad here, just a simple text editor. We've lost all the formatting and everything, but that's okay, right? And if you see something like this, right, see that there? That's just a symbol that shows that there was a carriage return, a return in there, because it looked like that, okay? But we don't care, we're not worried about that. I'm going to put in, though, numbers for the slides, right? So that way I can easily, oops, not 3, 4. I can easily find the slides when this is translated into a language I don't understand. Right? If you're fluent in Spanish, it may not matter, but if you're fluent in Spanish, you probably could do this, you know, by yourself without having to use Google Translate, anyways. But so just putting in the number makes it a little bit easier. If you really want to, you can go in and go like, okay, see how this says you should be able to. So this is where we have a bullet list. So if you have a lot of text and you want to make sure that you find everything quickly and easily, you can do something like this to put that in, and then after you translate, it's easy. If you see this, it's a bullet list and you're going to put it in that space. But again, it depends. If you don't have that much, or if you're familiar enough with the language, then you maybe don't need to worry. But I always do like to put in the slide numbers. So then I'm going to copy it and then go over here back to Google Translate and paste it in. And it translates to Spanish, voila, right? So now if you have longer ones, like this is 4 slides and it took up 600, almost 700 characters, if you have more than 5,000 characters, you might need to upload a document. You could do the same thing, download it as text, right? You'd still download and have your text. But if it's more than 5,000, you might want to just upload it as a document and then copy it out of that window. Because what we're going to do here is copy it from here, and then I'm going to come back over here and just put it in here real quick. That way I have the English and the Spanish there. And then I'm going to copy this. I don't need the one, but I'm going to copy, actually I'm just going to copy this part. Copy. And I'm going to come back over. Now this is my, remember, this is the Spanish slides, right? So I'm going to go to slide 1. And I like to leave the first and the last little bit. It doesn't have to be exact, but, and then paste in. That way you're sure the formatting will stay the same. So we didn't have to reformat anything, even though we're pasting in from plain text. Okay, so the same thing. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to get rid of this. right? You can delete it if you want to, you don't have to. And come back over here and copy and paste, right? And then go back and delete those. Right? Oh, we want to keep that question mark actually, but right? So then you would do the same thing. You just keep going, next slide, what will you learn? Get rid of that. Go back here and see this time it did put in the question marks. Slide, we can see it's at the top of slide 2. Paste. See, so this is a little bit easier. Like I said, this is not the easiest thing. It's not the fastest thing in the world. Okay, I won't do all 4 slides. You see what we're doing here, but by downloading the text for all of the slides at once, you have that much less. Like if I wanted to copy this, if I was doing it slide by slide, and I copy and Google Translate and then copy and paste it back, that's like, you know, just with these 4 slides, that's easily 8 or 10 more times that I have to copy and paste, right? And in this way also, I have now a nice document. I can save this if I want to. And now I've got both the English and the Spanish here for these slides, should I need this again in the future for something. Okay, that's why when I do this, when I select the text, I don't cut it, because I want to keep it so I can use it later if I need to. Okay, that's it. The only thing I'm going to say, I'm going to add is, and you can see it on the topics there below my video, is that you may have heard it a little bit. I was using some keyboard shortcuts. For example, Alt, if you're on a Windows computer, it's Alt-Tab to switch between windows, right? And I've actually got set up on my computer here, which I'm running Linux, but I've got it set up so I can go back and forth between these windows in the same sort of way. So you can very easily, right, move around. And of course, if you're used to word processors or anything, you probably know the cut and the paste commands like Control-C and Control-X and I forget what the other one is, Control-V maybe. I don't use them, so I have different ones. But learn those shortcuts. It's much easier to use the keyboard to do things. Like I'm using the shift and the arrow keys up and down to do this, or the shift and the arrow keys left and right. You can also do shift control left right and jump a word at a time. So it just makes it very easy to select some text, and then maybe you cut it or you paste it, but you don't have to move your hand off to the mouse, right? Typing can hurt your hands, right? If you do a lot of typing, you can get carpal tunnel or something. But believe it or not, and if you've used a lot, you believe this, the mouse is worse. The mouse does a lot more damage to your arm, to your wrist, or whatever, than typing does. So the more you can use keyboard shortcuts, it's going to speed you up a lot, right? And it's also going to save your wrists and save your fingers, okay, at least a little bit, right? So the more you can use, especially when we're doing text stuff like this, the more you can use your keyboard shortcuts, it's going to save everybody, okay? Everybody, your hands, your wrists, your elbow, your keyboard, your mouse. It's going to be worth it, okay? Learn the keyboard shortcuts. And that's it. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you liked the video and found it helpful, and I will see you next time.